All right. So it's 7 o'clock. I would suggest we just start and see who will join us and continue to join us. I will quickly introduce myself. I'm Katrin Hamacher. I'm a psychotherapist and psychologist from Germany. And I created this account, Health Exchange, to empower more diversity and in the education and practice of mental health and related topics. Yeah, and today is the 1st of February, which is also Black History Month. So I'm very, very happy to welcome someone who's also writing history somehow by all his manifold contributions to humanity and improving the health of people, which is Dr. Nelson Ahadome from Ghana. So welcome, Dr. Nelson. Thank you for being part of this project and being the first person to be interviewed. Before you introduce yourself, I would just like to give some quick information. If you have questions, please feel free to write them in the chat. We will answer them at the end of the interview. And then also we will download this interview and post it on the account that you are following, like my account, and I will also share it with Dr. Nelson, so that that people who missed it or would like to rewatch it, they have the opportunity to do so. Yeah, and now, Dr. Nelson Ahadome, it's up to you. Please give us some information about yourself, your profession, and your reasons why you are interested in mental health.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and then also for having me with this project. I'm Dr. Nelson Ahadome from the Icon Health System. I'm a physiotherapist and then a public health scientist and a mental health advocate. I'm also an author that is interested in, touching humanity in different ways. Without opening up for each other to, understand each other, without producing that opportunity to understand each other, we continue being in the dark, and we give people the opportunity to find solutions to their problems. I'm interested also because in the physical health, mental health is very, very important and to the well-being of a person.
Sorry for interrupting, Doctor. Your internet is a bit unstable. May you have the opportunity? Now it's better. I hope it stays like this.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the internet is not stable. Sorry.
No problem. Okay,
I want to use the opportunity to welcome you all again, and then to appreciate that we are participating in this program to dialogue. Feel free, just as Catherine said, to put forth your questions, and then let us have an interaction that is very educative. Okay, welcome you all and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So coming straight to the point, I would like to ask you, which mental health symptoms do you consider in your work?
Okay, when it comes to my practice, I see a range of patients with physical conditions and other issues, but it is possible, and it is something that is associated with most conditions, that there is the mind or there is the mental challenges associated with the condition. So when I look at my patients with stroke, I know there's a component that has to do with their mental health, because the situation also brings a lot of challenges to the family and to the individual. So you don't only address this patient as a patient with the symptoms of stroke, but you also have to look at the challenges that they are facing when it comes to mental health. So with most other conditions like the stroke, the diabetes, obesity, and pain that we deal with, we also look at the component that has to do with their mental health. So when you look at their mental health and we address the issues that are concerning their mental health, we realize that there is more recovery from their various conditions. That is why the Icon Health Clinic, we take into consideration not just the physical presentation of the person, but also the mental well-being of the individual.
All right, thank you. And please, how do you address these mental health symptoms in a patient, but also in their families?
Okay, so looking at the approaches that we use, if it's peculiar to me alone, it will be limited because I'm a physiotherapist in practice, but I also engage my associates, that's the psychotherapist, and also the psychology specialist, and also other professionals who contribute to this. Now, looking at the physiotherapy aspect of it, we take patients through exercises that improve also their self-esteem, their mental well-being. With a flow of oxygen and blood, with increased circulation, there is also increased flow of oxygen to the brain, and this feeds the brain and gives the brain the strength and then the flexibility to be able to fight other issues like depression and then bad moods and other things. So exercise is one of the means that we use to treat or to encourage people to overcome their issues when it comes to mental health. Okay, so exercise is not only improving the conditions that the patient is facing. We are not just improving mobility. We are not just improving the pain. We are also using it as a means to ensure that this person is able to, recover from any other issues of depression or mental health related issues that they may be facing.
All right, thank you very much. So what would you like to share with your clients or their families when it comes to mental health? What would you like to share with them about it?
Okay. When it comes to mental health, all I would want to say is that you should, we all as one people should not keep our issues to ourselves. There is strength in unity. When we open up to each other and we engage each other in diverse ways, you are likely to find solutions to even the toughest of problems. So let us be, available, and let us also open up for treatment when it comes to mental health. Now, there are many situations that can be prevented. So as a public health scientist, I always touch on prevention when it comes to any health issue. Mental health and some of the issues connected with it can be prevented. The symptoms that appear as symptoms of issues in mental health can be prevented. As much as possible, let's not abuse the things we abuse. Let's try our best to find solutions. You see, finding solutions is important because using means which are not healthy will cause other problems, and this will lead to more problems, and this will cause you to be more depressed and more challenged. But if we find good solutions to our problems, or we select solutions that are healthy, you are able to overcome whatever problems you are facing, and this helps to, overcome our issues and then become more happier or greater in life. So to my patients, I encourage that we try our best to avail ourselves, open up, and seek for solutions. To my colleagues, I will encourage that when we look at the patient, let's not just look at this patient as a medical condition, nor as a physical issue, but let's look at it as we define health. It's a state of what? Complete, or I want to use dynamic achievement of both social and then physical and mental well-being of a person. Okay, and let's fight and work towards achieving this kind of dynamic well-being towards each individual. Let's not just look at one side of it. Let's look at the complete picture. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So, is this also something you advise your colleagues?
Yes. That is why all my colleagues in the health field and outside the health field, in Icon Health, in all other facilities, let's look at the patient in a multidisciplinary view. Let's look at the patient in a way that we are not just looking at one side of the condition, but we are looking at the complete picture. We are looking at this patient in their body and mind, dimensions. Okay, so you look at the body and you look at what the person is also going through. Okay.
So you're able to. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on, please. Sorry.
Able to find solutions. Okay. Look at the mind to be able to find solutions to every issue.
So manifold components that you are considering
exactly
in your work. All right. Thank you very much. And what would you advise society to consider about mental health?
For mental health, my advice is mental health is a serious public health concern and issue. As a society, we have to be a bit more welcoming, a bit more considerate when it comes to individuals. Everybody is different and is going through different kinds of challenges in their lives. People are going through medical problems. People are having issues with their mental health. People have issues with so many things. So let's be considerate in however we approach issues and address people, so that we'll be able to, create that environment that will be sustainable and that will be easy to survive in for everyone.
Okay. And why do you think it is important to exchange perspectives on mental health, and also in order to achieve this goal, maybe?
Okay. It's very important to exchange perspectives and to dialogue in order to, get various or various approaches into understanding what the issues may be. We cannot have one approach or one understanding of how to solve a problem for individuals. If you are looking at the individual and their specific issues, this is why it's important to, exchange ideas in the professional arena. And this is what Icon Health is also always preaching, that we have a multidisciplinary approach to solving problems in the health arena. So we have diverse professionals working together to, achieve a common aim, that is improving the well-being of humanity and the sustainability of the environment as one people.
Okay, so maybe also coming to the next question, which resonates with what you said just now. To what extent and how can international people have access to your service or contribute and contact you?
Okay, the Icon Health System is an internationally open and then a society that is open to all to contribute in different ways. You can volunteer with the Icon Health. You can support the Icon Health System in different ways to be able to reach out to the communities. So we have our website, which is the iconhealthsystem.com. And then we also have this Instagram page that we are using, that's the Icon Health System Instagram page. We are also on Facebook. And then our clinic in Ghana is also there. If you happen to travel to Ghana, you can visit the Icon Health Clinic for all kind of interventions. And if you want to support, you can be able to have discussions at the clinic to support. To send us an email, you can just type iconhealthsystem@gmail.com, and then you can send us an email of whatever discussion you want to do. So visit us on our website, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. We are Icon Health IHS. That's the difference. So the rest, or just type Icon Health System anywhere, and you'll be able to get access to the Icon Health System and its varied range of professionals.
Okay, so you said just now that your clinic is also located in Ghana, and you are offering also your services in Ghana. So to what extent and how can local people get access to your services?
Okay, so everyone located in Ghana or visiting Ghana, if you're present in Ghana, it's easier to locate us in the clinic, which is located in Taifa, Burkina. Now, when you just type Icon Health Clinic or Poku, we are right opposite Poku Pharmacy. So right opposite the Poku Pharmacy at Taifa, you would see the Icon Health System or Icon Health Clinic over there. Now, if not, you can also contact us on our social media and we'll give you directions to the place.
All right. Thank you very much. So suppose a miracle happens overnight and one aspect about mental health and mental health care changed for the better. How would you recognize that the miracle happened?
Okay. You would see that a miracle has happened when mental health issues are solved by, seeing that people are well coordinated and going about their daily activities with joy and then without any challenges, even on our roads, the way the drivers drive. You will see that, things are well coordinated. The way we approach ourselves, the way we understand each other, these perspectives would, change for people to relate smoothly with each other. So as long as there is conflict, mental health issues have not been solved. So when all conflicts are solved, right, then that means...
So, what do you think about contribution of discrimination? Because many conflicts, or from what I perceived, sometimes many conflicts arise from discrimination.
Good. So, discrimination, before it even affects the victim, is a mental health issue, because first of all, the person discriminating has not the right mentality or the right approach to thinking about the world. So discrimination, to me, I think is is a big issue that affects the well-being of both the individual discriminating and the victim who is being discriminated, because discrimination brings out a lot of stigmatization, low self-esteem, and depression in the people who are affected. So I think that to be able to encourage or improve mental well-being, we have to also look at discrimination and ensure that people are not being discriminated against.
Okay. So I'm now asking my last question. Then we also got questions in the chat. So I will come to the questions in the chat later. What else would you like to say? What is your take-home message for the people who, spent the time with us today, or who would also listen to our conversation that we had?
My take-home message is that together we can. In unity, we are able to do more. Join hands with the Icon Health System to be able to advocate for health, to be able to advocate for mental health, to be able to fight battles together. Now, when you join hands with us, it's not just about fighting for the rights of other people, but also fighting for ourselves, encouraging ourselves, and then motivating ourselves, and looking not just at the body, but looking at the mind, the body, and the soul. And not just looking at the human being, but also the environment in which we live. So I will encourage each one of us to, be part of the mission, the vision of the Icon Health System that is aimed at, going out there and helping humanity to survive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nelson. So thank you also for the people who listened to it and asked us good and precious questions. The first one is, how do you deal with resistance coming up on the side of other medical professionals who are not supporters of this exchange?
In Icon Health, our key project is to educate professionals. We want to keep empowering professionals so that they can see the light. And when they see the light, they are able to, implement the ideas and then the suggestions that we have. So it is still an ongoing battle. There are many professionals who have not yet understood or accepted the understanding that we are a multidisciplinary community. And they have not yet understood that it's not just about drugs, but it's also about using drugless therapy to solve situations of varied medical problems. So the conversation is still ongoing. And Icon Health is solidly in this battle to bridge the gap between professionals in different ways. So I would encourage that we are not disappointed or we are not discouraged. We keep fighting together and then making sure that through education, through sensitization, we are able to involve all the other professionals who are not yet knowledgeable of the battles that we are facing, or who have not yet accepted that mental health issues or using drugless therapy and so many conversations in the health arena are also important. It's a gradual process, but we'll get there.
Another question that was sent is, what plans do you have to reach to those in the rural areas who don't have access to internet and social services?
Okay. The Icon Health System has already, in Ghana, been very supportive and very involved in reaching out to rural areas. We have been to the rural areas to educate them and to do a lot of activities with them, which involve health screening and health medical education. It involves mental health campaigns and so many other issues that we've tried to address over these years. Coming forward or moving forward in the years to come, we will not just reach out to them, but we'll also establish clinics, just as we've done in Accra here. We'll establish clinics where their issues are addressed and where they can be able to bring their ideas and also receive treatments, not just the medical treatments, but also using all important alternative therapies that we are introducing in Ghana. So the rural areas and other African countries will soon benefit from the Icon Health system in this way. And we hope to have your support. We hope to work together to achieve this goal.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Nelson, for your time and also sharing your perspective and the work that you are doing. So please, if anyone else has a question, please feel free to use the chat and send us your question to Dr. Nelson Ahadome from Ghana. In the meantime, I use the chance to say once again, thank you very much for your interest in the conversation in this project of exchanging perspectives in mental health and related topics. And yeah, there will be other interviews coming with different people from different areas, and we would be happy to see you again during these interviews. I can already give you some teasers. Some will be about aromatherapy from a Ghanaian lady that offers this service, and then also about mental health and diet. And there are many, many more that are planned. And if you know someone that you think is also very important to listen to, then please send me the contact. Feel free to share it. And if you have other questions that are coming afterwards or that you ask yourself when you're listening and watching this video another time, then please feel free to contact us and share them. We would be very grateful, and we are already grateful for your participation and interest. So, Doctor, there were no other questions at that point of time. Thank you again. I know you are hungry, so I'm very grateful that you now took the time to spend this with us before you go for your deserved dinner, because you were hardworking for the opening day of your clinic.
Thank you very much. So I hope to see you all at the opening of the clinic this Saturday. We'll start somewhere 9 a.m. where we'll be doing health screening. We'll be having some discussions, and then we'll be having some treatments as well. There will be a lot of discounts on various treatments and so many giveaways in different ways. So you would be blessed if you come early and came to enjoy whatever we are presenting on Saturday. So hope to see you all, and thank you so much for being with us for this project. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, then enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
All together.
Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.